have representatives from Trinity College here to speak with us about Trinity College. Some of you middle schoolers may be wondering, why do I need to hear this? I'm in middle school. But you need to know so that you can prepare for your future. You right now may think, I don't know what college I want to go to, but if you start to learn what the different colleges are looking for as far as acceptance, you can start preparing ahead of time. You don't want to wait until your senior year to start thinking about what college you want to go to. So please give them your undivided attention. They're going to give you a lot of good information. So please show the respect and the courtesy that you would for me or anyone else. Amen?
All right, good morning. I want to go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Dave Delisle, and I'm an admissions representative for Trinity College. And my counterpart here is Steve Hunter, and he is basically in charge of marketing. He's Vice President of Marketing for our college here. So we're going to start off with a question for you guys. And I want you to raise your hand if you know the answer to this question, okay? So who here has heard of Trinity College before? Raise your hand. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, you're doing better than I thought you were with marketing. Okay, we got a few people. All right, so here's the next question. And you go ahead and raise your hand. Where is Trinity College located? Go ahead and raise your hand, and then you can answer. Does anybody know? Okay, one back there. You know? Yeah. Oh. All right, well, we made it really hard for you guys because Trinity College is located in Trinity. So Trinity is located, it's like northwest, pretty much where this college, or their campus is located, about 40 minutes away, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to my counterpart here. He's going to kind of talk about schooling and the Lord and callings. So go ahead, Steve.
Good morning. Wow. I'm going to have to hold this one a little bit further away, I guess. Good morning. I have one of those pastor voices, I guess. Trinity College of Florida is an incredible college. We're both students there as well as employees there. It's important that you look now as young people to what you're going to do for the rest of your life. God has built every single one of you very unique. If you look around at the people that are sitting with you today, there's not one person that's like you. That's wonderful. God has built every single one of us unique, for a unique purpose, a unique calling, and God has put passions within your heart for certain things. How many of you guys like to do art? How many people do some art? Very creative people. Okay, good. That's me. How many people like do some sports? Anybody sports? Yeah. These are passions that God has put within your heart. Now, some of these passions later on may not be directly related to sports. They may be related to some of the aspects that you like about sports that make up your unique makeup. The competitive angle that some of us just really thrive under. Some of us just really thrive under challenges. Some of us just love to go head with something that looks bigger than us. We're the Goliath people. That's definitely me. You know, if there's something out there that is just a challenge that looks so great that there's no way that you could possibly overcome that, then that's the first thing I'm going to rush into. It's just how God made me. Okay, so we have these unique passions, these unique giftings that God has given us for a specific purpose. And now whether you go into business, whether you go into marketing, whether you go into sales, whether you go into engineering, whatever you do in life, know this. God has designed you very specifically for a purpose and a plan that's going to glorify Him. And no matter what you're doing, you're a witness. And those people that are around you who do not yet know the Lord, or even those people who do know the Lord, are going to be watching you and going to either be strengthened or weakened by what they see you do. So I want to encourage you to serve the Lord in anything that you do in life. All right? Everybody got that? Really important you get this, because there's so many people that are detractors from the Lord in the way that they act, the way that they speak, and what they do. And no matter what occupation God gives you, I want you to use it for the Lord. All right? Now, when we're in Trinity College and we're studying in a wide variety of majors, we are studying how to serve the Lord. We graduate with a master's excuse me, what am I saying, master's, a double major in Bible and theology and whatever that side avenue is that we're looking into. Like, for instance, we're going into business, or we want to be a school teacher, or whatever the occupation may be.
Pastor.
Or pastors. Pastors such as myself. So what you want to do is you want to realize that you have to have a solid biblical education behind you, and then you have to have a solid education in your major. We're going to give you both, and there's a wider variety of jobs that you can go into because of the double major that you get rather than a single major in your college education.
All right, so we're going to play a video here that is from our college with the students talking about the school and what they really enjoy about this school. So go ahead, and if you don't mind playing that for us.
Trinity College is family.
Opportunity.
We are about developing leaders.
I'm here because God placed me here, and what happened in my time at Trinity is I began to love every facet of Trinity College of Florida.
I have learned so much about His Word because I've been challenged to dig deeper into Scripture.
I'm ready to give an answer.
To defend my faith. To teach others.
You can definitely tell there's community here, and you can easily find your place and get connected.
We are about Jesus.
I'm prepared to step out and make a difference.
There's something about as God begins to grow in you, He begins to unite you to other believers around you.
I think the difference between here and any other school is the fact that everything comes back to the Word. They stick to the Word, it's the truth, and they don't stray from that. And at the end of the day, when it comes to this, the difference is the Word is the fact that we have the hope of Jesus Christ, and everybody needs to know that.
I'm ready to make an impact for Christ. I'm ready to make an impact for Christ.
I'm ready to make an impact for Christ.
We're changing lives to change the world. Anybody familiar with Billy Graham? Ever heard of Billy Graham? Billy Graham graduated from our school in 1940. An incredible individual that came along and spoke the word of God without any hindrance. He's probably the second in line with Apostle Paul in reaching people for Christ. So just an incredible individual. Anybody know KB? Yeah, KB graduated from our school as well. An incredible artist, Dove Award-winning hip-hop artist, very popular here in Tampa. If you haven't heard his music, definitely listen to him. He's a great guy. And we have Brooke Parsons with Ligonier Ministries that was under R.C. Sproul. A lot of people that some of us will know, but maybe not some of your students will know. Incredible individuals who basically went on to change the world for Christ. And hopefully many of you will get that opportunity as you seek the Lord more and more.
All right, thanks, Steve. So we're going to go ahead and go to the next slide. Technical difficulties, 1 minute. Perfect. All right, so at Trinity College, we focus on the spiritual, academic, intellectual, professional, and social. And we have student-led chapel. So we really care about professionalism as well. We don't just want to give you a degree. We want you to be able to have a successful career in whatever God's calling is on your life. That's because our ultimate goal is, again, to see students graduate. It's to change lives that change the world for Christ. We believe that what we are doing has eternal significance, so we try to do it with excellence. Next slide. All right, so you kind of stole my slide here, but that's okay. I want to emphasize KB because he graduated from Trinity College in 2010. He's from St. Pete, and he's a Dove Award winner. I think he's coming in concert. I thought I heard that on Joy FM like around here soon, but yeah, he's awesome. And Billy Graham actually preach the gospel to 215 million people in live audiences in over 185 countries. And that's impressive. So I can go ahead and go to the next slide. Bible college. That's what we do. We are a Bible college, and we teach sound doctrine. So we're more than a Christian liberal arts college where you only take a few Bible theological courses. At TCF, 1/3 of your program will be in Bible and theology, giving you a double major, as Steve has talked about before. Not only will a double major give you a strong biblical foundation for your ministry and career, but it also looks good on your resume to potential employers down the road, and it's 45 credits. That's a lot of Bible. So you're going to walk out of our college, not only will you learn great things here, but you're going to get further enhanced at our college, because what we do is Bible, sound doctrine. Next slide, please. All right, degree programs. Steve, why don't you go ahead and take this slide for me?
All right, some of you are really called to deeper ministerial studies. And so we have advanced theological studies. One of our friends, Nick, is exceptional in apologetics. He's much like Ravi Zacharias, and that's God's called him to that avenue. So he spends a lot of time in the advanced theological studies. So we have that. We also have business and leadership. A lot of people don't think of going to a Bible college for business, but business has become one of the most popular majors that we offer. And when I was running 50 stores for AT&T Corporation as a mid-level manager, I was able to pray over national teams. I was able to pray over events. I was able to lead my manager and my team in the Lord. Incredible opportunity within a major corporation in America. And it only came about because of my daily witness that they asked me to begin to pray for the team. And so your walk is being noticed, okay? So we have leadership in that. We also have sports leadership. And a lot of our guys that come in for all the sports teams, soccer, basketball, volleyball, they come in, and a lot of them come into either the leadership concentration or sports leadership concentration. So it's very much like sports management. Then we have Christian ministry in both pastoral, youth ministry, the worship studies, and intercultural studies. Intercultural studies is for missions. You don't call it missions because when I was serving in Vietnam as a missionary, it was a legal word. We prayed with our eyes open, so we knew if a communist official was sliding up beside us. And they did one time when we had our eyes closed. For one of you'd call it an express prayer before you eat something. You don't want somebody waxing on when you're hungry. So we had our express prayer, and suddenly there was a communist there. So you've got to be very careful not to have missions on your degree. So we have it intercultural studies. So if you're called to the mission field, that's what you'd study. Elementary education, so you can become a teacher, and then we have interdisciplinary studies for those folks that are not yet sure what their major will be, and you may change your major even if you think you know what it is when you first start, and that's okay. We have psychology in the counseling and psychology classes. Now these are all four-year degrees, so that's what's called a bachelor's degree, a four-year degree. Then also, we have AAs, which is your first 2 years. So we have an AA Biblical Studies and AA in General Studies. Then as well as those programs, we also have certificates. And a lot of professionals end up coming in and taking a certificate program. And some people start in a certificate program and then later proceed on to a major. So there's a lot of things you can do there. You'd want to at least in your career get at least an AA degree to move on. But the way that things are today, you want to begin to shoot towards the bachelor's degrees that we offer all the way to full 4 and then continue onto your master's because it's getting more and more competitive. So you want to be one of those people that can get in the door so you can show them what you can do. I can tell you as a manager in middle management and upper management, you've got to have at least a bachelor's or a master's, or you're not going to be moving forward. No matter what skills you have, you don't have the degree, the door never opens. So you want to make sure that you get the degree behind you.
So we are recognized by U.S. Department of Education. We get federal funding for Pell Grants, loans, Bright Futures, and Florida Prepaid. So if you have Florida Prepaid, we take that, and we do take Bright Futures. General education courses, being on the Florida statewide courses, numbering system that allows ease for transfer to and from other Florida institutions. okay? And the Trinity College is accredited by the Commission on Accreditation of the Association for Biblical Higher Education, which is an institution which is accredited body recognized by the Council on Higher Education and Accreditation in the U.S. Department of Education. That was a mouthful. But
National accreditation.
We're accredited. That's what we're trying to tell you. So, okay, go ahead to the next slide. All right, this slide's going to show you, people have gone on after receiving their bachelor's from Trinity College to all of these universities to get their graduate degrees. So our credits transfer, and this is, again, just a sampling of what some of our students have gone on to do. Some of them become attorneys, Stetson Law's on there. Just depends what their calling was and where they were called to from God. Go ahead to the next slide. All right, and this is probably the favorite thing for myself about Trinity College. I am a Quest student is what they're called. I'm going back to school at night in addition to working during the day. And we have an adult program, and I have the privilege of knowing a lot of these faculty. And I really think the strength of our college is a sound doctrine that's taught by these knowledgeable professors. These are people who previously actually worked in whatever their business acumen was. If they were in business, they worked in business. If they were counseling, they did counseling. So not only can they speak to, the professional aspect, but they can teach you, the theology and actual coursework on it. So their experiences in it. So we have, I think, 4 or 5 of them who've actually written books. There's an author he does Intelligent Design is a book that he wrote. And Dr. Tom Woodward is one of the leading apologists in the entire country. And he's actually out with one of our friends, Nick. They were in Atlanta on a speaking engagement, and Nick's a student, and he went with him. So that could be something down the road if you're interested in defending your faith and being an apologist. We have one of the leading apologists actually at our college, and that's Dr. Tom Woodward. And he actually had founded at Princeton the C.S. Lewis Society, and he brought it from Princeton. That's where he graduated from, to our campus. So we have a C.S. Lewis Society at our campus, which I think is pretty cool. But that's just an example of one of our faculty and what they've done.
Does everybody know what apologetics is? You said it, defending the faith, right? Defending the faith intelligently. Sometimes of course, faith, comes with an introduction to knowledge, and other times we have great amount of knowledge, and we're able to defend our faith. I hope that eventually all of you build up your knowledge so that you can defend your faith well. But with our faculty here, as you're going into the different classes, I was in classes that were 60 people to a class. 60 people to a class, and then about the first class, they told us by the end of this semester, you'll be 20 students. My job is to make sure that you're no longer here by the end if you're not the best of the best. When we were in medical classes, these classes right here are not going to be like that. You're going to have a 9-to-1 ratio. You're going to be working directly with a PhD professor, not their understudy, and they're going to encourage you and make sure that you succeed. There's a big difference between those people that are just thrown into the wolf pack and those people that are mentored along as they go. The ones that are mentored are much more successful in life. And if you notice sometimes as they come out as doctors and lawyers and other occupations, when they're under that kind of a competitive and non-helpful, generally non-Christian environment, they don't develop the compassion for other people. They don't really work to enhance other lives. And we hope no matter what you do, that you're enhancing other lives in what you're doing.
All right, so hopefully a lot of you like to have fun out there, because that's absolutely what we do on our campus. This is photos here of events that the students have led. And we do lots of fun activities on and off our campus. All student activities are planned by our actual students for our students. So you guys get to decide, once you're in college, what do you want to do for fun, which I think is awesome. So we do everything from color wars to ping pong tournaments to bonfires on campus, camping outings. We have a formal event we do. We go to Disney World. Who doesn't like Disney World? So we get to go do that. That's pretty awesome. So if you're looking for a college where you can get friendships and have social activities together and have some fun, and again, we have 200 students currently. We're looking to grow to more, but because we are such a small size classes and students, you get to know classmates and become intimate friends. So that's awesome. Next slide. All right, the YMCA, this is another perk about our school. We are next to a 35,000 square foot YMCA fitness center. And if you enjoy staying in shape, you can save money doing this too, because it's actually free to all full-time traditional students who are taking more than 5 credit hours. So, and it's state of the art. It's awesome. So that's fantastic. Anything else to add on that? No? Okay.
Yeah, during college, I remember being a college student. I was too poor to be able to afford a gym membership. I was busy trying to pay the insurance on my car, the gas, and my college. And so I had no extra money for anything else. So something like a gym membership and the pool and all that and the basketball courts, everything that they offer at the YMCA for free is huge. I didn't have that in college.
And I think I saw a bunch of people who raised their hand that like sports here. So we actually have sports at our college. All right, we have men's basketball, women's volleyball, and men's soccer. Okay, and we play in the NCCAA Division II, so that's the Christian College Athletic Association Division II. We do not have scholarships. Okay, that's the challenge with us. But maybe you're someone who's thinking, okay, well, I could try out for a team. If you're good at it, you know, it's still competition. You can do that, and we'd love to get you involved with it and play in our sports. We've had some success. Men's basketball won the regional second place in 2017 for the NCCAA. Our basketball teams are really good. Women's volleyball won the NCCAA regional second place in 2009. And the men's basketball and women's volleyball have reached the NCCAA national tournament as well. And then the Bible College NIT has been won by the women's and men's basketball team. So we'll talk about campus preview at the end of our presentation. But when we do our campus preview day, you can try out for college sports. So you might be thinking, man, I don't know if I'm good enough to play college sports. So we have an opportunity. So if you like sports, you can probably play sports at Trinity College, which I think is pretty cool.
Although we don't have a scholarship specifically for athletics, there's about 6 different scholarships. So you may be coming in for athletics, but you may qualify under another scholarship. So even though it's not a specific athletic scholarship, there's still many scholarships for you.
All right. And we have chapel. Chapel is our worship service for faculty, staff, and students. We have student-led worship music, which I think is awesome, and different speakers bringing the message twice a week. We do it Wednesdays and Fridays from 10:15 to noon. And again, key thing here is it's student-led. So if this is another area that you're interested and you're good at music or instruments, whatever the case may be, that you love and you have a passion towards that, you can get to practice your craft as you hone your craft at our school. If you feel led that you're led to be a pastor, this gives you another area where you can practice that skill set as a student, and it's another awesome opportunity that we have. But there are lots of serving opportunities in chapel, including sound tech, to singing, to speaking. There's all different kinds of things that you could do at chapel, and we love our chapel. Christian service is the next thing. It is required for all degree-seeking students. It's your involvement in your local church. It's like 1 hour a week that you do this, and you can serve in any capacity. More than likely, a lot of you are serving already in some capacity at your church. So, but that's an expectation here at Trinity College, because we want to continue to support our local churches and develop that in your character and your nature.
How many of you guys are serving in your church? Good. I see some hands up there. You know, it's so important, you know, the people that poured into your lives, that you now at this point begin to pour into the lives of the younger kids and into the people that you're also in class with as you go into Bible studies and youth group and whatever. I was a youth pastor for a long time, and peer-to-peer is so important that we strengthen one another. So get involved in your church, get involved with the other people, really have passion for other people. Remember, it's about God and others, and then finally, the leftover, it's about me. So I want you to begin to reach out and really work with other people. It's important. It's every bit about being a Christian. And this gives us an opportunity to hear all the local pastors, but also to serve our fellow students. And it's a blast. I signed my daughter up for classes specifically so she'd be on chapel day. So she could go to chapel and she could go to lunch in our cafeteria and then go to her class so she can just get into the whole college. She's a dual enrollment student. Anybody here in dual enrollment? Got a couple here? Okay, you can do dual enrollment at Trinity College as well.
Okay, so the application process is simple and can be done online, which is awesome. There's an application, essay, references, and application fee. And I did it, so if I can do it, you guys can do it, okay? So and then you will send your transcripts, if you have those, and ACT and SAT scores. And once everything's complete, you will hear back from our admission team on that. We have lots of scholarships. You mentioned some of them. One I want to hone in on is the early action incentive. So if you're a senior and you're looking to do this, you get a $1,000 grant and free parking permit if you're fully accepted by December 1st. So being an early bird, there's a bonus on this, okay? All right. Next slide. Okay, financial aid. So you're like, hey, I don't know how I'm going to pay for college. That might be a question for you. There are lots of ways, and I believe in God's will to make this happen. And as I mentioned before, Trinity College has definitely everything basically from federal and state aid. We have that. We also have merit scholarships, which is based on your GPA and ACT and SAT scores. So if you've done well with your GPA and well in ACT and SAT, you're going to get rewarded with that with a merit scholarship. We also have an early action incentive grant, which I mentioned, the Life Change Scholarship, which is based on the totality of your application and your remaining financial need. We have a ministry grant as well for students who are basically their parents are in full-time ministry. Any other one?
Of course, there's the state and federal loans as well. When I graduated from school, I graduated with zero debt. I would encourage you guys, as you're going to school, to also work. The least you have to borrow is better. And so I had about 3 jobs. I slept about 4 hours a day, but I graduated zero debt. And I would encourage you guys to do that if possible, to really buckle down. It's a very short time, and then you're in your career. But don't put it off. I've had people say, "Well, I don't know that I could do college." Well, come on to a college campus, meet the college students, and you'll realize they're just like you. If you're doing high school work right now, you can do college work. It's just a matter of putting your mind to it and saying, I'm going to get through this gauntlet, because you're going to get, on average, paid about 40% more as a college graduate than someone who doesn't. You're also going to have the confidence walking through life that I did it, and it's going to largely affect your confidence in business. And it'll, of course, give you the stick-to-itiveness that you'll need to do well in business as well.
All right, so what we're going to do next is we're going to play a video about our campus preview. And before you play that, I'm going to kind of tell you a little bit about it. But coming up October 26th, it's on a Friday, and we do this every year at Campus Preview, where we invite students to come out to our campus to see our college, okay? You got it? All right, hold on 1 second.
It's so much fun, and there's free Chick-fil-A and free ice cream, like just tons of ice cream.
Yeah, who doesn't like Chick-fil-A and ice cream? I mean, just for that alone, you should come check it out. So, but anyways, we're going to do that. But you get to go to chapel, get to go to a class, and then I'd mentioned the actual sports. We do tryouts on the same day. So again, if you're considering becoming an athlete at our school, it's all on the same day, and it's an awesome, fun day. So we're going to go ahead and play the video so you can kind of see what takes place during our campus preview. So go ahead. That's what a campus preview looks like. So it's pretty cool, a lot of fun. So what we're going to do right now, if you're interested in Trinity College, We have a form basically that we can pass out to you guys, and basically you're going to fill it out. It'll let us know about you. It's not an application to the school, but we want to get to know you if you're considering it. And you may be in life right now where you're like, look, I don't know what I want to do, or you might be locked in and dialed in, like, I'm going to go to school to do chemistry, to be a scientist, or I want to be a teacher. And either way, it's fine, because ultimately God knows the calling on your life. Ultimately, God knows, where you're going to go, and continue to pray for that. And Steve, if you don't mind, I'd like you to pray over these guys for that.
Absolutely. And I can tell you also about the variety of things you may do in your life. I went originally to be an eye surgeon, so I went through the pre-medical studies and graduated with honors. And then I ended up getting an awesome opportunity in the high-tech field. So I spent most of my career in the high-tech field. And then God called me into the ministry. And, of course, when he calls you into the ministry, he gives you an appointed time, and then you have to wait for the provision. And that's always tough in your life, to wait for the provision for what he's called. And so then I was called, waited for the provision, and then there was the appointed time. So now I'm in the ministry program at Trinity College of Florida. So, you just never know what God's going to do with your life. Just leave it open to him, and always listen to that quiet voice that's just urging you what to do. All right? Let's pray over you, and I'm really excited about these young lives and what you guys may do for our nation. Lord, thank you for the opportunity to speak with these young men and women, truly leaders, Christian leaders that are coming up in our community who have a passion for you, Lord, have a passion for just the things you placed in their heart. And Lord, help them to have the stick-to-itiveness, to seek the word, and to seek time in prayer, and to seek your face. Lord, help them to grow in the Lord, that they may be able to be truly a changer in our communities, and most importantly in their families, because as that core unit becomes solid, that it just expounds, and it just grows and permeates the community and changes this world. Lord, help us to always to seek God. And Lord, each of these individuals, we ask that you give them a solid Christian education, that they're able to grow and to be all that they could be. And Lord, thank you for the opportunity to speak with them today. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. I just want to remind you of a couple things, and then we'll start with the seniors coming down to get the information if you're interested in Trinity College. I have to apologize to all of you. You know how my memory is. Sometimes I get things kind of mixed up. So I need to clarify some things. In regards to your jackets and your sweaters and all that stuff, okay, they have to be school colored, okay? They don't always have to be a school jacket, but they have to be school colored. So that means black, white, burgundy, and tan, okay? Black, white, burgundy, and tan.